So here we are at the second trial day, second and final trial day for Julian Assange's extradition hearing. It's been pouring down with rain earlier on today, so I was not here. And there's a couple hundred people here, and then later there'll be a march down to Parliament, and there'll be some speeches and explanations for those who've been inside observing the court proceedings. A little bit later on there'll be speaking up on the stage just behind us over here and explain what the American prosecution argued in their case today.
I also want to know, I want to go up on the night of the count.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
Because if we win, I want to have all the back seat,
I
want to film it and
film the count.
So welcome back to the second day.
Yeah, I keep saying that.
They might still be in the jaws, do you know what I mean? Somebody at 1 o'clock.
I think I've got a bit of
I'll come back to that gentleman over there in a minute. A little bit of atmospherics, then we'll get a couple of interviews, I think. They're all banging on the drums there. It's on the other end, okay. You did a report yesterday, but I haven't posted it, so you can give the report here. What happened yesterday at the trial and the second part of the, like, I didn't hear the last bit at the end yet. So what happened yesterday? Okay. And before lunchtime, here. Yeah, we're now in the press pack.
Not go here, so clear us away. Let's go.
Okay, but the drums are louder there. If you go over here, the drums will be less. That's right, if you speak towards me, it'll be fine. Yeah. So, what happened yesterday at the end of the trial and today lunchtime, what's the update?
I think that, can I just start again? Just let me think this through of what I'm going to do, because I actually have just been in the court now.
Okay.
And it's almost impossible to hear anything. It's the Americans speaking about what was put forward yesterday, and it's complete legal speak, you know, look up 205 and 607 and And it's like, no, forget it, I'm more useful out here. So I'm just going to summarize what I heard yesterday were some of the important points that were put through by our team. That is, number one, that the US-UK treaty, Article 4, says that if you're a political prisoner, you cannot be extradited. So espionage is quite obviously political. So that falls down. Secondly, Chelsea Manning, under the EU Court of Jurisprudence, would be protected for free speech. So he was the whistleblower who put all of the Iraq and the Afghanistan war logs onto the WikiLeaks platform. All WikiLeaks did was disseminate it. Mainstream newspapers took it, so he should be protected even more than Manning.
Right.
You also had the fact that Julian is Australian, he did the work from Britain, and yet, Sweden, and yet when he goes to America, he won't be allowed the First Amendment protection of free speech.
Because he's not American.
Because he's not American. Now that's a really bad precedent. That means that anybody of any nationality from any country can just be taken away if they embarrass the American government. So, and then there was another one, and actually Pompeo endorsed that he wouldn't be allowed to use free speech. And the other thing is, because these Iraq war logs came out before things like Vault 7, when he goes to America, he could have more cases piled on top of the ones that the 17 already, which are fundamentally the Iraq and Afghan war logs and the so-called hacking, which is fundamentally not true, but we can talk about that in a minute. So he could be done again, and it could be the death penalty. Now, you cannot extradite somebody who potentially could be done and have the death penalty as a result. So today you've also got, on top of that, all of the new bits of evidence that have come out, like Siggy, who is a convicted paedophile and has a doctor's certificate for being a psychopath. He's now in jail for fraud. He was the unsavory character that the Americans used to say that Julian hacked. He's now rescinded that. This is Siggy. And therefore, you could trash that one. That doesn't count. So there are other issues which have been brought forward, like UC Global, that was employed by Rafael Correa, the ambassador of the Ecuadorian embassy, employed them to protect Julian from surveillance from the CIA. Well, UC Global swapped sides and worked for the CIA and sent all the tapes of confidential conversations with Julian's lawyer. Now, if Daniel Ellsberg case was thrown out because the CIA invaded his psychiatrist's office, then this case should be thrown out because all of Julian's legal discussions have gone. And same when he was pulled out of the embassy, all the papers were taken to America. This is cheating of the worst order, and the British laws have been bent to being really absurd. And actually, I just hope that those two judges in that room, this is really a case of, do we have any judges in this country?
Can you describe the courtroom in a bit more detail to get an idea? Is it one of these old parts? Is it
Yeah.
Is it the arcane of the arcane? What's going on? How does it appear? How does it look when you're in there?
Well, I was in one of the side rooms, but yeah, it's old. But frankly, old is beautiful. I hate all this pulling everything down to make it new and high-tech.
No, but I mean their methodology of working.
Yeah, you can't hear. But frankly, I think that you need to be a legal person to follow the way that they talk and how many papers they've got. Actually, apparently, Swift, who was the one who refused to let them have a hearing, and this is challenging that decision, he replied in 3 pages what our side put in as 150 pages of evidence that Julian did everything according to the book. And Julian, actually, he's a very brilliant man, and he was convinced that the British law would stand up for free speech of what he did. So we just have to pray for, I don't know, how many more times do we pray that these judges do allow us to have some respect for our judicial system in this country for free speech? Because what is democracy if we don't know what our government is doing? It doesn't exist. So,
What's your name?
okay, I'm Tracy Worcester. I have a campaign called Farms Not Factories and a market garden called Forbidden Fruit and Veg. I'm a good friend of Stella and Julian Assange, and I'm godmother to their youngest child.
Thanks, babe.
In order to solve any problem, in order to approach any difficulty, you have to begin.
Oh, that's the last thing you need, that one. He's a fucking idiot. That guy's a fucking idiot. Just the George Galloway I wanted to know about.
What's that?
You're helping with George Galloway's campaign.
What do you say?
You're helping with George Galloway's
I'm
campaign.
not officially helping
Oh, you,
anyone.
well,
not really.
you're supporting.
These are the people supporting that.
Okay,
They're the
well, we'll
working
get Crispin
class,
first, okay.
Yeah.
So, you've been up to Rochdale, you've observed the George Galloway campaign.
I have no, but look, I mean, let me put it this way: if George Galloway wins the by-election in Rochdale, it is a massive boost to everyone who's been going crazy about the genocide in Gaza. It's a massive kick in the balls for the Labour Party. They're trying to make out it's about the candidate. It's not about the candidate. They pulled the candidate out because they knew they were going to lose. They're trying to minimise their defeat, really.
Do you think George Galloway, it was my inclination was when I saw the news yesterday that the Labour Party is changing its position on Gaza, do you think that's connected with George Galloway?
Not particularly George Galloway. I just think that Labour's losing loads and loads of votes and they're scared of it.
Right.
I mean, the number of people who are leaving Labour has gone up. The number of people joining other parties has gone up. There's more candidates now coming forward from other parties, like in Liverpool, in Birmingham, in East London, in Rochdale. There's a few, and if George Galloway wins, more people will feel confident enough about their chances
Sure.
of winning.
Sure. And Julian Assange, the protest here today, for you, what's it really about, all this? What does he represent to you?
I mean the whole thing that I can't even watch mainstream media because it's such a load of propaganda. And anyone who's watching it, especially with Palestine and Gaza, it's cringeworthy how biased it is. So Julian Assange is someone who told the truth about what was happening, but it was too much for the establishment to take. So they want to make him into a sacrificial lamb, and they want to shut people up who say anything that's different to their propaganda and their bias. People a bit like you, Heiko. It's just a way of intimidating us and this guy is going to die. I mean, apparently he broke a rib from coughing. I mean, how ill is that? And he's younger than me. He's younger than me, but he looks so poor. I mean, he's poorly, and we're here because we support the man, but also we support the idea of media that maybe is challenged. There's different outlets and we can tell the truth, and if someone finds out that war crimes have been committed, they should have the right to put that out there in the public domain.
Okay, thanks very much. What's your name?
Crispin Flintoff.
And what's your YouTube channel?
Not the Andrew Marsh Show.
Not the Andrew Marshall. Thanks very much. The Galloway people.
Yeah.
Tell us about George Galloway and his campaign.
I've been up there since the beginning of this month, really, and I think it's going well as expected. But we can't be complacent either. We've still got to keep up work. I'm here just for today myself, and I'll be back to Rochdale tomorrow.
Okay, and the Labour Party, what's happened to them since the decision to suspend their candidate?
To be honest, I know as much as you do. I read the papers and the news as much.
Have they been out on the streets still?
We just, not that I know, officially they haven't been out on the streets. I think Ansar Ali has, maybe I've heard some rumours that he's been on the streets, but I can't say that for a fact. Officially, they're not meant to be backing him, but I don't know what they're doing unofficially. I couldn't answer that.
What's the significance for you if George Galloway wins?
Oh, I think, well, as a member of the party, I think that's putting our footsteps in. I think it'll be time to expand the party, and it will also for this whole Gaza issue, which is it will be the major issue, immediate issue at the moment.
Okay, and what party is that, just to clarify?
Sorry, the Workers' Party of
Okay.
Britain.
Which is what?
Right here. We've got a 10-point plan if you care.
10-point plan, do you want to just summarise what that is?
You've got the 10-point
No,
plan.
just summarise what it
summarise
is. You don't have to have all 10.
It's very
You
similar.
don't have to have all 10.
It's very similar to the Labour Party 1945.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just, and also very similar to what Corbyn was suggesting.
So what are you saying? Full employment, what? 35-hour week, 30-hour week,
I would
what?
say simple socialism, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, give us some of the points. though.
Sensible socialism.
Give me some of the points.
Anti-imperialism is the big one. Hospitals, railways, reinvestment in industry, creches for all is one of the points. Free education, all the old traditional socialist stuff. To be honest.
Okay. All right.
All
What's your
on
name?
file. My name's Alexa Gross.
Your name? John. Thanks ever so much.
She does have a lot of love there. I talked to her about it for years.
Sorry.
That day they had the action they were doing with the Parliament Square.
Oh yeah. Good night. How are you, Michelle? Are you interviewing me?
Yeah, you want to join the interview?
Well, I was going to interview him, but don't worry, you do.
Okay.
I'll follow your interview, eh?
All right, no worries. Okay.
What is that? Where are you from?
Yeah, German journalist, freelance journalist.
Brilliant journalist.
Ah, German.
Brilliant
German, die Deutsch.
Came all the way here.
Welcher?
Ja,
Fernsehen, Radio,
YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Wie heißt es?
Manova Magazine.
Maneuver Magazine.
Based on donations. So,
Reala.
yeah.
Oh, donations.
Yeah.
That's like you'll get along with him
I
then.
want 25,000 pounds.
Oh. Wir bitte näher zusammen. Ja.
So.
So.
Dann stehe ich hier gegenüber.
Shall I take this? Shall I show the t-shirt?
Nah, it's dirty and filthy.
Well, the t-shirt's over.
Okay. I'm ready.
They're ready for you, Piers. They're ready.
Ready for me. Okay.
Okay, what's your name?
I'm Piers Morgan.
Piers, like Piers Morgan.
No. Same Piers.
So, hier, willkommen zu einem kurzen weiteren Gespräch. Und zwar ist mir ein Gentleman über den Weg gelaufen. Welcome here. We are German journalists. We're reporting here from the demonstration.
It's a bit quiet from this distance, so I don't want to interrupt them. Come back.
Fella,
You doing alright?
thank you for being here, man. God bless you, man. How are you?
You want to say so to camera?
Say good?
You want to say so to camera?
Yeah, let me get you on here, mate. Hold on, let me just try to- I'm here on Telegram.
Alright, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Listen, you speak yesterday on stop, man. You know, you're
I don't want to say that again.
what we do about everything.
Radio London. I called none other than. What's going on, man? So what do you think? What's going on today? What's your opinion?
I mean, you can never tell before it's about who it is. And our bullshit, nothing will happen. We won't make a decision today. Judges will retire to make their judgment. The judgment will take weeks and weeks and weeks. That will be drawn probably in consultation with powers unknown. And some decision was made on that basis. I think it's unlikely they will extradite, but maybe they'll somehow hang him in prison. I don't know.
It does seem that they just want to shut him up to the point where he's very ill now, apparently.
Yeah, that's right.
He's not well, that's why he can't believe today. And he's suffering. All that years, 30 years of persecution, it's unbelievable. And I think they are basically hoping that he will perish in prison and that'll be the end of it. But it won't be, as far as I'm concerned.
Well,
As far as a lot of us can
I mean, it is true that although there are people here, these are quite hardcore supporters. It would be great to have tens of thousands of people. That would make a difference, but unfortunately, because of the apparent complexity of the court process and the relatively short memory of people about the historical background of things, you know, the new generations that even know about Iraq War, Afghanistan War, all that type of stuff. And so because of that, it's clouded things. So only, you know, those who are really hardcore follow the story over the years, they will be up on it. But a lot of the population might not. It's not that hard to find out, but they might consciousness and the movement you know what it's like, the protest against the lockdowns, you know, they faded into the distance, and many people who are on there, you know, they're no longer protesting about things, because ultimately these are questions of social, the way society itself is run. So they are lifelong struggles. They're, you know, ultimately when you begin these type of struggles that might start on one issue, you'll find that those who are, many of those who are here will campaign on many issues.
It's like
I know. So it's ready for things together.
But what do you say about people that have been saying if they rule against Assange now and get rid of him? Will there be civil unrest? Will there be some sort of, you know, rebellion against the system, as it were?
Sadly, I don't think that's going to happen.
Sadly, it's not going to happen.
Sadly, I don't think it's going to happen because I would be in favour of such action, but I don't think that's likely to happen because the numbers you have to do that, the dedication you have to do that, even on issues like the lockdowns and on Gaza now, the slaughter carried out there. The degree of civil unrest is quite limited, but so you can assume that it's really going to be easy to escalate this to the point of major civil unrest.
I mean, don't you think there's a lot of movement carried on in society? It's not just Julian Assange, there are other things, you know, with the vaccine and all that shit and all that. There's so much going on that has gone against the public and the people. But don't you think it's like a powder keg ready to just go bang?
I do think not only here, but many countries are like a powder keg now. I think many countries. And
the farmers now are all standing
exactly.
up. I've been speaking to
suddenly, and it breaks out explosively across the entire continent at once. That's the thing. This isn't organised by any authorities. It's stemming from below and spreads like wildfire. And that's the nature of the era, is that when rebellions break out, they can become global rebellions very quickly. I remember during the lockdowns, these were global rebellions. And people would come on there, they'd hold the English flag, but it's also true that even in England, there were people with the Italian flag, Polish flag, you know, the Sikhs were there. So you've got, you know, people feel that the best of their nation is represented in the So that's why it manifests itself nationally, but then spreads globally. Because we are broken as nations. And the obviously think, our nation's got some characteristics we don't accept it. We're talking about British justice. Even Julian Assange, I speak to him, one of his close friends. Julian Assange thought British justice would be.
Yeah, it will be the thing, yeah. He was bamboozled by that thought. I know about British justice. As a young guy, I was arrested for a crime I didn't commit. I was looking at 45 years, I spent 2 years in jail. It took 2 years for justice to come. But had I not have been strong enough to face it, I know people like that who kill themselves in jail. They can't face it. Too much. 2 years. He's been in there 13 years.
Nothing whatsoever. How do you do?
Hardcore shit, mate, I'm telling you. So, I mean, I don't want no bad things to happen. I don't want nothing bad. Is there something happening over there?
Just gone quiet. It's just gone very quiet.
Anyway, thank you for that.
All right, you're welcome.
I'll whack you on Jim's Telegram. Alright, big up, boss. Oh, look what we got here then. What's going on here then?
We were outside Zara
Is he selling autographs?
and a woman
Don't pay more than a fiver.
made excuses from the Zara because he really believed in his fashion and he couldn't accept that they were using workers.
What you got to say for yourself anyway, Mr. Corbyn? What's the Julian Assange case about, yeah?
Julian Assange's case is our Gaza Strip of freedom. And it's an important matter for freedom in the world as the fighting, or the massacre, the genocide going on in Gaza. I mean, it's an issue of international importance. And I'll be standing as London Mayor to stop the wars on our freedom, government support for the genocides, stop the war on the motor car by Sadiq Khan, all of those things. And that'll be the basic slogan in my
February.
Okay.
Yeah, boy.
And I saw you outside McDonald's the other day. What are you doing there? Eating a hamburger?
We were chanting, do not eat a murder burger.
Murder burger.
Yeah.
How did that go down in the shop?
Well, they didn't like it in the shop, but some people were turned away at the door and they didn't come back. They left McDonald's.
I did see that. I mean, I know you were advocating this campaign quite early, and I did see in the Financial Times that McDonald's has been hit globally by a campaign about this issue. So
I mean, we want a lot more of it, but look, you see, the ex-Labour left are just Starmer-like, really. They'll do protest up the hill and down again, pleading on the politician to do something. The politician will say yes and do no. It's only action, such as hitting them in the pocket by boycotts or stopping arms manufacturing, which will actually work. But the trade unions, you see, are imprisoned in the circus themselves. They're not doing anything to stop arms manufacturing, even though they're working making them. We have to be serious, and I'm standing for mayor to talk about actual fight back, not protest.
So this grand old Duke of York behaviour, it's also unfortunately associated with this campaign. Some of the people running this campaign, the DEA, they seem to be the same people. Lindsay, John Rees and co. Where does all this come from? Is it a tradition in Britain, if you like, the grand old Duke of York tactic in
I would say
marching?
It's especially British, yes, because the establishment always portrays itself as a listening operation, and they go through motions, yes. I mean, but social democracy works the same in all countries.
I mean, I went on an anti-war demonstration in 2004 in New York, and they had arranged. It was a big demo. That's how you get an interview with this man. He runs away. 2004, I went on a demo in the States.
Come back this way anyway.
It's just drum. There's not a lot we can do about it. Drum. They arranged, so they went in a march around New York, and anyone who registered the day before to speak would be allocated part of the time, and there was a platform at the beginning and a platform at the end, and you could speak at one of those venues. As long as you registered the day before, you got whatever time there was between a number of people who registered. And I was there, I remember distinctly because Tony Benn got there, and he had 3 minutes like everyone else.
Right, okay.
So he had his 3 minutes. The next guy got up, wasn't a great speaker, but he had his 3 minutes, and everyone got up and said their bit.
Okay.
You know, that's quite a contrast to the British
I
protest
always run an
movement.
open mic. I think you always have an open
Yeah.
and I think that is important. Yeah, see, the British social democracy parading is exactly to keep certain people in charge, and they become associated with the so-called decision makers, politicians, and people from below don't often say it. Like Angela, when she speaks, it's amazing, but you know, they don't invite her along to speak. Some things I have to like push myself forward, because I'm known I do that to speak, but mostly
Bit louder.
there are others.
Bit louder. Last bit I didn't get it. Bit louder.
I said, where did I start? Okay, yes. About speaking, right. Wait till the bus is on mine.
Never mind. We'll catch more later. Come back later.
All right.
Here we have the Wild American.
Alright.
Here we have the Wild American. What's this all about?
I don't know, man.
What you do?
I have no idea. Sorry.
God, off the pavement.
What, you have a,
Julian
is this your
Assange.
channel?
What's it about? Yeah. What's it about? You're live.
What's it about?
You're live. You've got a voice to
I
the
don't
millions
know.
now.
The guy's being tortured to death, and ask anyone. Everyone knows what it's about.
They don't all know. In your opinion, what's the
It's a
core?
travesty of injustice. Well, look up Stella's statements. It's all clear.
All
I'm
right.
too knackered, man.
All
I
right.
slept like 4 hours. I'm sorry.
All right, that's fine.
I'm sorry.
I'll come back.
All right.
It's in Norway. Yeah.
We're all moving. Time yesterday.
I'm not sure actually. I can't talk right now.
Oh,
I'm
Sorry.
Fancy highways, they do everything. Dreadlocks and fucking stuff.
How are you? Ah, yeah.
Whoever said there, I saw a message here. Yeah, I think it's called by someone called V for skunk or something like that. Funny thing is, people protesting for Assange out are anti-Trump Democrat supporters. Well, if Donald Trump originally said he liked WikiLeaks, but then afterwards he asked for the CIA to make a plan to explain how they could plan to assassinate him on the streets of London. So it might not be because people are Democrats, it might be because they don't like the idea of him being assassinated. And why Donald Trump changed his position. Well, that's what he's learned. He's learned that.
Squeeze past you, what's that was last? Get told off by a 12-year-old standing up here.
Everybody for being a cool behind me that they
Morning.
are
You
stand proud.
When did you get
Done
here?
so well, every
late.
single one of you. We've told the world the court of opinion says Julian needs to be free. And did I mention their main witness, Thordarson, lied? I hope all the police know who Thordarson is, and then they will know we are the defenders of the free press, which is the basis of democracy here. This is the front line, right here, today, right now. This is the front line for the free press and democracy. Julian's freedom is integral with the free press and democracy. So thank you so much. It's an honour to be amongst you.
collapsed just in front of us over here.
Use the megaphone to ask for doctor. Is there a doctor here?
Doctor!
Doctor!
Doctor! We need a doctor over here!
We need a doctor!
Excuse me.
A dentist, actually.
Yes, he did hate the Democrats, you're right, yeah. Or at least he exposed them.
What's happened there?
Someone's on the floor.
Please can you pull out?
Sorry.
No apologies.
Doch auf einmal so ruhig, also dass wir auch jetzt nicht mehr trommeln, das wundert mich ein wenig.
Aber irgendjemand ist umgefallen.
Ach, da ist jemand. Oh, also von den Demonstranten? Oh, das ist nicht gut.
Umgefallen.
Der
hat irgendwie.
Da haben wir richtig verstanden, die haben nach dem Arzt gerufen.
Sorry. At least he was saying it in the right way. Yeah, he's being cool.
With that label to know.
She's the right age. Yeah, and that was foreign minister. Yeah, I think
Just what Monday. Yes.
What are you saying? What were you saying? What were you saying?
Free Julian Assange now. Say it.
Free Julian Assange. Free Julian Assange. No.
Louder. Thanks.
American democracy from the state, from the because these like the university now, you have the online media.
Have you noticed?
Yeah.
Sorry, you go.
No, you go first.
Yes.
Like the Great Wall type thing, right, in every country, right? There's certain things in the background that are going to be, right, the military in the background, the shareholders like BlackRock, you know what I mean, like hedge funds, like, and shares and everything. They take it, it's like the Rockefellers sold off their shares in the oil, right? And they tried to paint this new Green Deal thing. Who bought the shares, right? From BlackRock hedge funds. And you know what I mean? Jason had shares in BlackRock. And they have shares.
Everyone's connected. But this is it. We can't trade as commodities. You look, like before it was like coffee beans.
Everything else.
We are the community.
That's the market employed they use. They've used it for a long time.
Whatever strategy they put in place, and they take us and they take them on our
But the thing is, like, we have a choice now, which has been did with the BDS movement in certain instances, boycott thing. So, like, that was invented in Ireland years ago, like, a thing called Captain Boycott, where this boy, ripping off rents off people there. So the whole neighbourhood boycotted his business. They wouldn't share him in his shop. They wouldn't boycott his drinks.
Free, free, Julian Assange! 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 Free, free, Julian Assange!
Free, free!
Julian Assange!
Free, free!
Julian Assange!
Free, free!
There's only one decision!
No extradition!
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 There's only one decision!
No extradition.
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 Free, free, Julian Assange!
Free, free, Julian Assange.
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 Free, free, Julian Assange!
Free, free, Julian Assange. Free, free, Julian Assange.
Assange. Free, free Julian Assange. Free, free Julian Assange. There's only one decision. No extradition. 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 No extradition. No extradition. Free, free Julian Assange. 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 There's only one decision. No extradition. 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 Free, free Julian Assange. 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 There's only one decision. No extradition. 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 Free, free Julian Assange. 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 There's only one decision. No extradition. 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 Free, free Julian Assange. Free, free Julian Assange.
Extradition! No extradition! No extradition! No extradition!
I snapped my flash. Well, the flashes I came at my shoe. I went and got some food and I sat down, I came back and that's the second one I broke like that. Like, oh, maybe I'll tape it, then I saw the wires are broken. And I have to all of that sticks out.
Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange! Julian Assange! Julian Assange! Julian Assange! Julian Assange!
I'll say that, but you know.
Free Julian Assange!
Hands off Assange! US! UK! 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 Hands off Assange! US! UK!
UK, hands off Assange, US, 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 UK, hands off UK, hands Hands off Assange! US, UK! 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 Hands off Assange!
Awesome work whoever put that up on this stand over there to say free Julian. I think DEA might have an announcement first. DEA, do you want to tell us what's happening?
Who's telling what?
Fuck knows, I don't know. Sorry, it's a legal term. Anyway. DEA were making an announcement. Somebody was on there,
Julian Assange! Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange!
That's the last post for the British judicial system. The last post is being announced for the judicial system. Take it away, my learned friend over there. The last post on the judicial system. Fire away, sir. There you go, my learned friend over there has announced the last post for the British judicial system if they don't release Julian very, very, very quickly. Absolutely. Well, look, let's just, we think, I've got no idea. I'm making up as I go along like this shower of rubbish behind me. So look, when Stella comes out, we'll probably be able to tell from her face because she looked in on tears earlier. But look, let's, when she comes out, let's just give her a rapturous, all the stuff. Woo! Are they coming out, Mark?
We are the revolution.
Peaceful. Are they coming out? Are they coming out?
I think they will all come out very shortly.
Okay, so
They've got
So our man in the courtroom, this my learned friend has said that the sham in this court has ended for today. They're probably having a cup of tea. We think Stella will be out soon.
Let's hope it's not a sham, it sounded promising. So we'll see where it is. Yeah, but you can...
Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange! Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange! Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange!
Tell the world about this sham of British justice. Nice and quiet, please. Yes, quiet.
Before we wrap the demonstration now, I just want to tell you a little bit about one of the banners that you will be marching behind. You will perhaps be able to see the Electricians Trade Union banner at the front. That banner is over 100 years old. It's a heritage of the trade union movement in this country, and the reason that it's here today is because the last time it was outside this building, the last time it was outside the Royal Courts of Justice, it was because Ricky Tomlinson and Des Warren, the Shrewsbury Two, had come out and were convicted and sent to jail for being pickets in an industrial dispute. Eventually, their case, after more than 40 years, was crushed and they were proven innocent. Although while he was in prison, Des Warren resisted the prison regime, was repeatedly injected with a liquid cloth, and suffered and died later of Parkinson's disease, partly induced by his treatment in prison. And the reason that's important is because it reminds us that the struggle for justice is long. But even no matter how long and hard you fight, eventually you can win, as the Shrewsbury pickets had their convictions crushed. We are determined that it will not take that long for justice for Julian Assange. Behind the circle band, very shortly when Stella Assange and the others come out of court, we'll be ready to march. So take the road now, line up, get ready to march.
Thank you, John. So listen, I think we'll probably wait for Stella. When Stella comes out, we will give her a rapturous round of applause and free Julian, etc. And then when Stella's finished coming out, perhaps we could all go over to there and march to to Downing Street. Thank you very much. And listen, it's an honour to be amongst you good people. We've made history today. We've made them think. We are the court of public opinion. We have far more integrity than what's been happening with Julian for the last 5 years in the British judicial system. It's a sham. Maybe they will listen to us today. So thank you. You have made history. You are awesome. It is absolute honour to be amongst you. Thank you so much. So when Stella comes out, we'll give her a rapturous round of applause and then we'll march it down the street. Thank you.
Can I just announce the vigil?
Yeah, go for it.
Very brief.
Okay, folks, I've been living outside His Majesty's prison, Belmarsh, since July. And the police, under the direction of the Royal Borough of Greenwich Labour Party Council, yes, that's the same party led us to 2 military defeats in Afghanistan and Iraq, one to a bunch of Afghan hillbillies who didn't have the Air Force and Navy. And so I think wherever Julian Assange is, there should be a 24/7 vigil. I shouldn't be the only one doing it, and I've got to go back to Australia because my mother's in poor health. If you want to support that vigil, and I spent 5 months under Julian's window at the Ecuadorian embassy, and they took him 7 hours after I left for the first time to get a passport in Dublin. I'm banned from Australia House over there. And so we can have a roster system. We've developed a strong support network in Woolwich, and I could do a handover for people before I split to see my mum. Okay, if you're interested in that, see me later. Thank you. And we need to be beseeching King Charles III to exercise his royal prerogative to release Julian Assange. For Sunak is a clown taking his orders from DC like Albanese. And Queen Elizabeth exercised her royal prerogative to release Marion Price after a friend wrote to her. And if you write to King Charles III beseeching him to exercise his royal prerogative, his PA will write back. So spread that word. Thank you.
All right, you get up there. Kieran, let Wilsey get up there. Good stuff. Thank you. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, no, don't matter. I got a spare.
I'd like to take off my journalist hat for 1 second. I know a few of you recognise me. I started out as a protester for Assange before I became a journalist, inspired by what he did. I think it's about 2 years ago. I happened to be covering a case down near Westminster, outside Scotland Yard, and I bumped into Keir Starmer! So I asked Keir Starmer, I took the opportunity, I said, why did you go after Julian Assange? Why did you persecute a journalist? I think I may be the only journalist in the country who's actually asked that question of the so-called leader of the opposition. Do you know what he said? Nothing! I am on trial for being beaten up by these corrupt criminals over here outside the Mother of Parliament. Over the lockdowns, I've witnessed journalists be assaulted, brutalised, threatened and shadow banned, intimidated, put through a trial of ordeal. It is clear there is no such thing as free speech within this country. But we have to remember that free speech is our natural right. It's not a right given by government. It is a right that we get from nature. And that's recognised in our Magna Carta. The Americans laid it out in their constitution. If only our governments would live up to it. I'm very concerned, Keir Starmer, when you look at Labour in the polls. This man, with his complicity, may become the next Prime Minister. So, without my journalist hat on, I would like you to do everything you can to not just smash Labour and make sure they're defeated at the next election, but to destroy the entire uniparty system. Thank you very much.
Get him over. Richard Medhurst wants to come over and take the mic. Come over, Richard. It's been very powerful if you can give an update on the shower of rubbish that's gone on in this court. Richard Medhurst, come over if you can.
Tutoring. I was teaching the kids, so we got all the way to the Victorians now, so just almost up to the First World War. Or was it? 2 weeks ago I was teaching the kids before we broke up about the leasing principles. So I had them analysing all
It's all us,
just speak slow.
there we go!
Squeeze out the mass media.
Oh look, it's the old gang.
The gang's all back together.
What's your impassioned speak? Someone said in the chat they went, if the local election's running, why's Will speaking?
Did you like it?
Yeah, I didn't realise it was you until about halfway through though, and I went, oh right. I went, oh look, it's Will. He's talking nonsense again.
Yeah, in Welsh, yeah.
So it looks like I was wise in choosing my early departure from the mass crowd. Now I've got front row seats.
Yesterday,
We were late and we're here.
True, yeah.
Yesterday,
Well, I
I
guaranteed it.
completely missed the ball and I was
Yeah.
right at the back of the scrum. I'm so glad.
Are you ready to march? Are you ready to march to free Julian Assange? Are you ready to march for a free press? Are you ready to march for freedom of speech?
We want to hear Stella.
We're just getting the people onto the front banner now. There's going to be statements from a stage like this at Downing Street. We want to be as close to the MPs, as close to the Prime Minister as we can when we say, free Assange now, free Assange now.
They're not going to speak for us. We're not going to speak.
So much for getting the
He
best
likes to
bloody spot,
dissipate
eh?
stuff. He likes to dissipate stuff, that guy. Oh, for God's sake. Thank you very much.
Get ready to march.
Rando Duke.
They were in.
There's only one decision. There's only one decision. There's only one decision.
Are we going then? Is that it?
Oh, the grand old.
Still Assange, John Shipton and Gabriel Shipton are on the front banner of this demonstration. It's followed by the PCS Samba Band. It's followed by the trade union banner of the ETU. Are you ready to march with them?
We want to know what happened. We want to know what happened.
We will be marching in 10, 9, 7.
Tell us what happened.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. March now!
Tell us what happened, you fucking idiot.
The judges have reserved their decision. They've laid down some sorry, can I just put that on one second. The judges have the judges have reserved their decision and they've asked for further written submissions from both parties, which need to be submitted by the 4th of March. So the decision will come sometime after that, but we don't know when.
It is not final as today.
Right, I don't just get that again.
Sorry?
Has any decision been made?
No, there's no decision. They've reserved it, so it'll come later.
Has it been deferred for weeks or?
So instead of being informed by the platform, we get informed by someone who was in the court. She explained that the decision has been deferred to the 4th of March and they're going to see some extra submissions. I'll just turn the camera around just so you get this. So the judges reserved their decision. They didn't take a decision today, and they will take more submissions. And on the 4th of March, they will then make a decision at that time. So why they couldn't announce that from the platform, I don't know. That's John Rees and his crew. The guy who was on the platform a minute ago, that's John Rees. He's from a group called Counterfire, and they're notorious for marching people like the Lucky Duke in York back and forth to different places, squandering people's energy. Why they couldn't announce that on the platform is beyond my comprehension, given the fact that we waited there for 2 days to find out what happened. It's the sort of idiocy that some groups engage in. That's my criticism of John Rees and co. They run something called Don't Extradite Assange, and it's not the same as the protesters who regularly turn out and organise protests about Assange. Most of these people here today came from grassroots organising and not from the Don't Extradite Assange campaign. In any case, just to give you a bit of the up on or the in on what was going on. The decision.
Isn't this like the last appeal, right?
They're taking more submissions until the 4th of March.
Are they? Then what mark?
Until the 4th of March, so then they're going to make a decision. They're still receiving new submissions. They've reserved their decision.
Oh, so they hold
Why that couldn't be announced?
So now there is no news whatsoever until 4th of March. I thought it was going to be like this.
Free Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange! No!
Free Julian Assange!
Free Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange!
We'd like to get to Downing Street today.
Free Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange!
Free Julian Assange!
Free Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange!
Assange! Free, free, Julian 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 Assange!
Sorry, you have to keep moving. I'm sorry.
Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Free, free!
So I say it and you say it. Okay.
Hands up Assange! US! UK! 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 Hands up Assange!
Ich mach das, was man eigentlich tut, dass ich berühmte live, da war er völlig konsterniert, das kann er sich nicht vorstellen. Wunderbar. Der erste Teil ist natürlich, wenn heute hier jemand, da braucht jemand, USA ausgeliefert werden sollte, da 175 Jahre zu verschiedenen alle Menschen
Right. They just deferred it.
ausschlägst.
Right.
That's what I said, yeah.
Deferred decision for them. Well, I'm not sure that's actually been another hearing.
Yeah.
They'll just announce it in the court for that one day. Or online, fuck those.
Yeah.
Follow me, listen to me.
It is that, isn't it?
Behind me. I'm in charge. Don't you know?
There'd be a story. The fucking story in the news about it happened. And they told them what happened. Give them a little bit of hope.
What did happen?
Well,
Right, that's what we know.
So
that's it.
Tell us what happened. But do you know what happened?
And they're deferring the decision to the 4th of March.
Which one?
The 4th of
I don't know whether it's going to announce it before here or whether they're just going to release it online. I don't know.
Well, I knew that.
But in any case, the 4th of March. It's not like having accepted that woman who got a meeting over there.
Hello, how are you?
Monday.
Slim, blonde. The judges take new extra submissions and then take a decision on the 4th of March. You had to tell us, you know, what we'll stand there and come up there, which are that's it. Like something that gets really held by the state. We've been giving a couple of journalists, the journalists already in there. And they know the story as well. So
Yeah, sorry. I'll play it by ear, I'll see what's happening. If there's anything interesting, I don't think there will be, to be honest.
I do think document again, but there's quite a lot. Well, you have that air about you, see?
Why?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're something.
Okay, yeah, I will do. You have to have that. Officially, yeah. But not individually now, so you want to or anybody else.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking.
Heavy night on that side.
Can you believe it?
British and the Hellenic passport. So what I wanted to tell you is to keep in mind of these that are not planned. This is a very important conversation for you, just for you. Because I showed you the kid. So I'm wondering I will also
I'll get the demo of this. Sorry.
Ciao.
Hands up, Assange!
Take a little shortcut here. Shortcut, maybe it's not. Actually, it's not a shortcut, it's for me. So there is a connecting event taking place, which is in Parliament Square. There is a demonstration about Gaza. The Labour Party are facing a problem because the SNP are putting forward a resolution to call for an immediate ceasefire. Starmer, the leader of the Labour Party, decided to change his position a couple of days, yesterday, to sort of provisionally support a ceasefire for humanitarian reasons, so not as a principal question. And then there's a bit of machinations about that. So basically, the Labour Party is feeling pressure from below to change its position, and is obviously exposed from the point of view of anyone who is opposed to the barbarity taking place in Gaza. Those who don't know, this is Trafalgar Square, and then on the left hand side is Whitehall, and it goes down towards Downing Street, and then Parliament's in front of that. So go down around the corner here to Whitehall. No, it looks like a stand on here, I'm not sure. Might have a little bit. Maybe not. Not comfortable. Some kind of past here. Piece of kit.
16 parts.
Yeah.
Senti, ma un ratto che pende.
What's it called though? Can I just get a picture of the machine so I can see what it is and maybe I can find a way of getting one or copying one? Oh. There you go, social laser it's called. Okay, so if anybody sees that, oh anyone's got one in there, oh it's a little socialisir subverting organisation. Okay, that's it anyway. So if you want one of these things that's displaying all around the world onto buildings and stuff like that, then that's what you get. I want one.
send to you.
Woohoo! All the way from St. Pauli, Hamburg, and Liverpool, England.
There you go.
Let's stop the genocide!
I lived in Liverpool for 3 years.
They have like a bar of music.
paid.
Well, it's obviously down to the club, isn't it?
I have no idea what my line, but my ticker thing is 0.
No, you what? I've got power if you want.
It's the signal for them.
All right.
I've been working hard.
My little ticker thing says 0. Well, I know there's people on there, but it just says 0, but it's not 0. I can't, annoyingly, I can't tell whether it's
It's the same, it's the same,
still live, just buffering. Thank you.
Here today.
No, not you're there. There!
That's about it. Can't hear ya.
Welcome to Downing Street.
Whitehall.
Free Assange. Can the demonstration move on to the side here? Demonstration, move to your left.
Yeah, you don't want to
move to your left onto the area here. You move to your left onto the area here. Just to the left onto the area here, that'd be great. Move to the left, please. Can see the ETU banner there. Thanks for coming. Move on to the pavement. Croydon Trades Council banner. Move on to the pavement. Thanks very much. Guys, follow these banners. See the big banner with Julian Assange's face. Just follow that banner onto the side there. Just follow the EPPU banner onto the side here. The Samba Band, thank you very much. Just move on to the pavement here, plenty of work. The Samba Band, move on to the pavement, that'd be great. Just move to your left, fantastic. Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much to the PCS Samba Band.
Must be so
Thank you so much for all your support. Free Assange. Free Assange. Free Assange. Free Assange. Free Assange. And now I want to introduce our first speaker this evening, Richard Medhurst. He's been going through the work of the Assange campaign. He's been on the trials. Do read his account of what's been happening in court. Richard.
Thank you very much.
Look at you! All of you!
Look at all of you. Wonderful. You know, I got to admit, I'm kind of sick and tired. I've been sitting all day listening to the CIA argue, you know, Assange is a criminal and expose war crimes, apparently a criminal defense. How boring and disgusting that they come into our courtrooms and tell us, you know, that they want to give Julian Assange a walloping. They want to prosecute him with U.S. laws, but no protections under U.S. laws. So you get with the extradition act, with the espionage, but he gets no First Amendment protections. What kind of rubbish is that? What kind of rubbish is that? You need to understand something. A lot of you are holding Palestine flags, and it makes me very happy to see, because these two things are not disconnected. They are connected. The same people that are prosecuting Assange are the same people bombing Gaza. You need to understand that. These are the same corporations, the same banks, the same arms dealers that put Julian Assange in jail. They're the same people that killed 130 journalists in Gaza. This is a war on journalism. And it's not just against Julian, it's against the people covering the case as well. They make it impossible to get in the courtroom. They make it impossible to hear what's going on. How the hell do they have £1 million per missile to shoot down many drones, but they can't fix the microphones in the bloody courtroom? What the hell is that? Are you serious, man? What is this? They really want us to believe they can't fund the NHS, they can't fix the transport, all this crumbling, but they got time to go make wars and kill people? Rubbish! Rubbish! Absolute rubbish. Understand something as well. This case, this is a violation of UK sovereignty. The Americans have no business coming here. The extradition treaty says someone to the United States. The law says you cannot send someone to the United States for a political offense. You can't do it. And they're playing a double game here. They think that, you know, we're just going to okay this. No, you guys coming out here, this is an act of resistance. You being here, you raising your voice, you coming out with the drums, you know, chanting, that's an act of resistance. And when Assange was being taken out of the embassy, he said, resist. He said, UK resist. So he asks that of you guys. Do you understand? You have to be resisting. You have to make your voice, because that's the one thing that they do not have. They don't have numbers. Yeah, they've got, they don't have numbers and power. Do you understand? They have power in numbers. Belongs to all of you. You have to keep showing your support for Julian, and keep showing your support for Palestine. Free Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange! Free Palestine! Thank you very much.
Thanks very much. Thank you very much. And now I'm going to introduce the next speaker, Ben Westwood. Vivian Westwood is a fantastic campaigner for this cause. Ben is a fantastic campaigner for this cause. Please give him a warm welcome.
Exactly, my name is Westwood. Unfortunately, my mother Vivian is not here. Julian Assange, and a long-term campaigner for a press his extradition to the United States for the crime of American war crimes, which include torturing prisoners of war and shooting unarmed civilians, not to mention from your TV and smartphones. Julian is a lovely man. He's a human being revealing the truth for us all. He is a hero. Julian has been in Belmarsh maximum security prison for nearly 5 years now, and he got married to his partner Stella Assange now. But Julian wasn't allowed to be shown in his Vivian Westwood wedding kilt, because he could see his painfully thin legs brought about by his treatment, which UN Special Rapporteur Niels Melzer has described as torture. Unfortunately, this issue is not just about the injustice perpetrated to Julian. This is about our collective democratic right to real facts and truth. In a true democracy, the people need unrestricted access to facts and information in order to make choices. As Julian has said, the aim of war is not to win it, it's to have a never-ending war. War is a great way to launder the public's money into private hands and to maintain of cheap natural resources and cheap human labour, a profit god. Afghanistan and Iraq were great successes for them, and now it's Ukraine, Gaza, and the next project, China. Loads of money rolling in, not to mention for the Western contractors awarded the contracts to repair the damage caused. The fact that Julian is being charged with the crime of espionage is very telling. During times of war, public information can be restricted. Are we at war? The US has been conducting one war after another continuously since the end of the Second World War. Now they are trying to step into our country's law. If this appeal fails, America can disregard the laws of any other countries. Why is our government disregarding our own laws to suit America? What happened to Magna Carta? What happened to habeas corpus? Now I feel even more disgusted to be British. What are you doing to our country? A friend of mine coined an acronym, a pill called NIMSDOL, a pacifier used to control the world's populations. It stands for National Idolatry, Non-Stop Distraction, Organised Lying. The mainstream press is controlled and lies by omission and misinformation. They just don't do reports on something that is being hidden, as in Julian's case. When they do report, it has a bias. Now you hardly hear about the war in Ukraine. All the men there with no arms and legs for the rest of their lives. Gaza is just a background story now. All those people buried under the rubble. War journalism is strictly under control these days. No war photographers like Don McCullum allowed to take photos on the front line anymore. They learnt that in Vietnam. The case against Assange is the final end of the pretext that democracy exists. If he is convicted, it is the beginning of darkness for us all. The attack on Julian Assange is also an attack on us. Next time this could be you.
Thanks very much. Now listen, we need you all to be safe, so there's plenty of room over this side. Can you all move to your left so that people can come out of the road and be safely onto the pavement? If you just move over, please.
We're not in any danger.
Thanks very much. I can see you moving. Please do that. Come on to the pavement, guys.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's night time. It's Whitehall. We want you to be safe. Come on over this side.
They're perfectly safe.
Save us from
Leave
the
them alone.
politicians!
That's not really
You're not
my
police.
practice at the moment. Although it's a good sentiment.
Would you like being in the way?
Okay. Now I'm sure that you've all been waiting to hear from Stella Assange about her impressions, both about what's happened in the court and about what we should do next. So please do give her a very warm welcome. She's been through the hell of that court case for the last two days, and she wants to be with you here tonight. Stella Assange.
Wow, you guys are amazing. Not just the turnout this evening coming here to Downing Street, but also over the past 48 hours. It's been incredible. Every time I got to court, I was greeted by this incredible supportive crowd that was cheering us on, and I told Julian all about how much support he has, and also how much attention the media has given this case this time around.
Yeah, nothing.
The world is watching. And finally, there's a realization about what this is really about, which is an attack on the truth, an attack on the public's right to know, and a country's attempt to further their impunity and their cover-ups and continue to kill with impunity without the threat of a media that will scrutinize them, of a public that will demand change. That cannot stand. Everything turns on the outcome of this case. Whether states can criminalize journalism and put journalists in prison like they've been doing in the UK with an Australian citizen, a publisher who's won many, many awards for his journalism, and they've stuck him in the deepest, darkest hole of the UK prison system, and the US threatens to put him in the deepest, darkest hole of the US prison system for 175 years. Shame. Julian's imprisonment is the result of people with too much power who lost the plot, who got power thirsty and are guilty. They know they're guilty and they want to continue to live their lives without any consequences for the crimes they've committed. This case is about whether state crimes can continue unpunished, unscrutinized. Julian's freedom is the only antidote. We don't have a decision today. Julian's life is at severe risk every single day he is in prison. He is a political prisoner. He is the world's most famous political prisoner. We know what happened to the other most famous political prisoner last week. That cannot happen to Julian. It cannot be allowed to happen. The world is watching. Julian has to be freed. Now, whatever happens in the coming days, we can't know, but we can know that we will be there for Julian and be there for our own democracy, our own future, our own ability. Is at stake. If he is extradited, he will be killed by the country that has been his assassination. And the court heard how the United States administration had plotted to assassinate him. Plotted to Shame. Shame on those who put journalists in prison. Shame on those who murder journalists. Shame on those who are afraid of I want to live in. That. The UK they have heard about the murder plots against my husband. They are on notice that the country trying to extradite him plan to murder him. They just changed the subject. The whole time we were in court, the other side somehow avoided to talk about what the documents Julian published revealed. They didn't talk about the war crimes. They didn't talk about the 1,000 civilian killings that were Panama Bay. They simply changed the subject. Shame. Remains in prison. We're all in prison, and they are free. Assange. Be there for Julian. He would be there for you. He is there for you. He needs to be freed. Free Assange.
Free Assange! Free Assange!
Julian Assange! Julian Assange!
For my next speaker has observed many of these hearings in the Assange case. For Reporters Without Borders, please give a warm welcome for Vincent.
In these past 2 days, we have heard nothing new from the US government. We have heard them double down on the same arguments that they've been making for 13 years, and in particular since the superseding indictment was issued. Again, we're seeing attempts to make exceptions for Julian Assange. Why his human rights don't matter. Why normal protections for journalists don't matter. We've heard this before. We heard how even though they knew his state of mental health, they knew his risk of suicide, how, oh no, it would be okay, send him here anyways. Now we're seeing that in an attempt to distance the journalistic community from him and all of us. But let me be very clear, this case is about journalism. It is about press freedom. If they make an exception of Julian Assange, the rule will be broken. And no one, no journalist, no publisher, no journalistic source, no media organization can ever be confident that their rights will be respected again. We will see an immediate and distinct chilling effect, in particular on national security reporting. This is absolutely about journalism. We are deeply concerned for Julian Assange's current situation. This is the first time he was granted permission to attend court in 3 years. So the fact that he wasn't there speaks volumes about his current situation. The fact that he couldn't even attend online tells us how he's feeling. I saw him myself in prison a few weeks ago with a broken rib, in pain, and coughing a lot from a respiratory illness. So we're concerned about his physical health as well as his mental health. So while this case is being decided in these courts, and while the strings are being pulled 4,000 miles away in Washington, D.C., this man is in a prison cell tonight, a few miles from us here. We must remember him. We must not let his situation deteriorate further. So we still hope that at this late stage, there can be some justice delivered from the British system. The world is watching. And if not here, then Strasbourg. And it is imperative that if these courts fail to protect journalism and press freedom by protecting Julian Assange, it is imperative that his right to appeal to the European Court of Human Rights is respected, that the UK abides by its European Convention obligations, and that no move is made to extradite him whilst that process is ongoing. It is essential. If this country is going to stand for the rule of law, they must abide by this, by their international obligations. And we are here at Downing Street. This is still within the UK's power to do the right thing, but let's not let Washington off the hook. I hope they're watching from across the ocean as well. This is a political case, and if justice isn't possible here in the British courts, our call still remains on the Biden administration to drop these charges, to close this case. A political solution could be found. It is a question of political will. So let's not let them off the hook either. Our call remains to free Assange. And there is only one decision: no extradition.
Thank you, Rebecca. And there is no one who's reported as effectively, has campaigned as effectively for Julian Assange as Craig Murray. Thank you, everyone. It's absolutely wonderful to see you all. And I want to start off by thanking you from the bottom of our hearts, all of you who have stood out in the cold and the rain this last 2 days to support Julian Assange. It's been a really, really fantastic effort. Thank you. And we are a community that shows the sort of democracy that Julian dreams of, where freedom of information empowers people and puts power back from the hands of the politicians into the hands of the people. And I see here people I have been seeing for more than 10 years, people who I saw standing in the cold and the wet outside the Ecuadorian embassy, people I saw day in, day night who have been campaigning. And it has not been without effect. We have turned around public opinion on Julian Assange and on this case. And we have done that to the extent that the establishment now have to listen. And yesterday and today in the court, I sat there in the courtroom. I wish you could all have been there, because firstly, Julian's legal team did a fantastic job. And secondly, I saw something I would not have said in 5 years of these legal processes. For the first time, I saw judges who were actually listening intelligently and paying attention to what the defense says. And we have done that. We have done that because they can no longer ignore us. They can no longer scorn us. And we heard, in a UK court, we heard Julian's defense outline the war crimes of the United States. We heard lawyers, eminent KCs, speak to the bench and talk of massacre, and talk of torture, and talk of drone killings, and talk of killings of journalists, and talk of systematic war crimes committed by the United States and its allies, and what Julian has done to expose that. You know, yesterday in the United Nations, the United States vetoed a ceasefire resolution on Gaza.
Britain abstained.
And the United Kingdom, as its cowardly little henchman, abstained alongside it. And we are fighting the same thing. We have here the United States trying to destroy Julian Assange, and the United Kingdom as its cowardly little henchman, keeping him in Belmarsh jail. We will not stand for it. This will not last. It is essential to the freedom of all of us that Julian is released, because he stands for freedom of information and for the right of people to know what governments are secretly doing in their name and with their resources. We are fighting a noble battle, and it is a battle which is turning, and a battle which will win, and it's a battle fundamentally for the very kind of society we wish to live in. Yes! Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, Craig. And now, for the last speech of this evening, very pleased to welcome back to the podium the organiser of the Free Assange campaign in the United States, Vince Stefano.
Thank you, John. Brothers and sisters, I stand before you in shame for the government that represents me. I wish to quote the words of President Joe Biden stated on May 3rd, World Press Freedom Day. Journalists, uncover the truth. Check the abuse of power. Demand transparency from those in power. They are indispensable to the functioning of democracy. He and his administration go forward and say that journalism is not a crime. Those words are ashes in their mouth. The utter hypocrisy of my government shines in that courtroom. And it is incumbent upon us, all of us, to say no to the hegemony of the United States, say no to the Biden administration, and say yes to the freedom of journalists and journalism around the world. Julian must be free! Free Assange! Free Assange! Free Assange now! Thank you all!
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for demonstrating for the last 2 days. You've been outside that court for 2 days. You've done it absolutely brilliantly. And nothing that we say from this platform is as important as you being there. Every speaker on this platform is simply a mirror for the protesters and the demonstrators and the activists who are fighting to free Julian Assange. So stay strong, and stay mobilised, and stay fighting. And remember, one of the slogans, one of the oldest slogans in the business of popular mobilisation is educate, agitate, mobilise. Take that home with you, continue to do it, stay safe, stay fighting, solidarity.
Just leave the platform on and let other people speak instead of the high and mighty. You doing alright? That's my battery going. So that's the Assange day over. Conclusion from the court, in case those who missed it. For those who missed it, the court made no decision today. It was basically they would gather a bit more material and then make some decision supposedly on the 4th of March. So, another farce. Best of those speeches, in my opinion, Craig Murray. The rest of them, liberal nothing, liberal platitudes. How you doing? Because the platform is finished now because everyone is
Okay.
It's probably still on.
Yeah. You sticking around here?
Not really, no. What you can do?